next meal to perfection. Cast Searing Spice to instantly enchant any meal. Defend your food from boredom. Get Thermo Alchemist Searing Spice. And untap the flavor.
Available at Singular Superstore and Marasas Market.
What sort of treachery is this? Hey everybody, it's me on a really weird night. As you can see by my little border up here, we're trying for our affiliate push here, and I feel like a jackass because it's been like years and I probably could have had it a long time ago. I'm going to do 3 nights in a row. 6 p.m. was what y'all voted for. I'm here. A little late for me, but hey, good to see you. Talk about late. Shirazwan, I can't believe you made it. Little fight back at you too. I know this is a very biased West Coast schedule, but that's what was voted on. So hey yo, Kid Clutch in the house and Nocturnal 32. I'm not sure what pal that is, but we're going to be playing probably my favorite deck of 2020. It was originally created by Chid 3, and we changed a whole lot of it. To go over that, we have 2 Bojuka Bogs, 3 Carnariums, and the rest are basics for a total land count of 19. 4 Bump in the Night, 1 Fruit. I really like this to be 2 sometimes, depending on the metagame, but right now I'm going with 1. 4 Serrated Scorpions, 4 Village Rites, and 4 Gingerbrutes round out our 1 spot there. So, Randy, you fool. Oh, I was expecting James Bond if it was you, pal. Dusk and Zealot at in 4. We got Soul Reap, which is kind of a hindrance with Stompy and such, or Walls, which are our 2 biggest problem matchups. We'll cover that in our sideboard. But other than that, it's a pretty awesome card. It's kind of like playing Searing Blaze in black. It's pretty sweet. We got Sovereign's Bite. We got Tyrant's Choice. Usually choosing Torture, which is kind of Black's Fire Blast. That's the name Blackburn, most people call it. Guess Verdict, we're going with damage. And I just noticed this. There's a little bit of red in here. Me, the Artificianato, I would think that I would have noticed that, but I've never seen the red there before. It just kind of showed up. Anyway, sorry, a little backwards there. And rounding out our mana curve at the 2 spot is Perilous Myr. If you notice, there's no 3 drops. I'm a purist. As we go to the sideboard, we've got the necessary Tron Bane sauce, which is Faerie Macabre, 2 Syphon Life, 4 Snuff Outs for just about everything that isn't black. We've got 3 Justice for Elves and Stompy and RDW and such, just kind of make everything pay. And then we've got 2 Swirling Sandstorms for Walls and sometimes Tron and a lot of times Affinity. So with that being said, we're going to just jump on over here, get in a few games. I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to go tonight. Might do our usual 5, might just do 3. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you everybody for joining me. Nichols in the house. All right. Showing you some love. Thank you very much, my friends. I didn't expect 3 people tonight. So thank you. This is making my night. So thank you so much for hanging out there with me. It that betrayed. Hey, all these new names on a what is this, a Tuesday night? And no, I'm not. Bergren's in the house too. All right, yes. You just missed your commercial, dude. We just played Thermo Alchemist Searing Spice. So I usually play Pauper Classic Tuesdays on this evening, and I think we'll chime on over there and maybe eavesdrop on a game or two, and we can narrate or do something like that. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. Yeah, so good times. Anyway, we're going to close this, close this over here. We've got a one-hander. We can keep this with the Gingerbrute. We're on the draw, so I'm kind of tempted to keep this. Might come back to bite us, but we've got 2 outs in our Village Rites. We're going to keep it. I'll play a little dangerously. Untap the flavor. Oh, Rainy Tuesday says Toothmaker. Very nice. So Toothmaker made you a mod to whatever, if you need to link something, you don't have to ask permission, as well as Nimchimsky if he's in the house. You guys are pretty common regulars there. So I'm not going to get beat with my own deck. Is this Brute Squad across from me? Hey, cool. All right. Well, let's put his feet to the fire. I'm just going to attack here. Booyah. We're going to be seeing a lot of Brute Squads if this is the deck I think it is. If it's Affinity, might have a bit of a tough matchup. I'm going to close this down for a little bit of screen real estate as we move on through. How's the horse race spoof coming? It's going awesome, Nichols. Thanks for all the just tips, tricks, and stuff. We had a few late additions. Shirazman came up with Lightning Colt. Lightning Bolt's so iconic, and just one letter change, I thought that was a gem. So Lightning Colt made it in, and there's also White Bordered Nightmare is one of the horses. So I spent I'm not joking, about 6 hours animating the racetrack scores so that they were the top of Magic cards. So if you look at like where it says Village Rites with the thing, it's got like their horse race and then their name number, and so it's like a vertically held group of cards that are all coming together. It's pretty sweet. I was pretty tickled by it. All right, well, let's. I could kill that right away, but I'm not gonna rock that way. First, we're gonna attack here. If he wants to trade out, I'm fine with that. I think I'm just gonna drop the Myr, and then we can shoot and go from there. Trying to get that Soul Reap online if we can get one more mana. Don't know why I didn't think of that on Saturday, Sister Ross. Yep, yeah, that was pretty cool. I was cracking up over that one. Wow, did we catch him stuck at Metalcrat? Oh, never mind. I was like, nope, never mind. Didn't work. I think just to preserve life total here might be the correct play here to just block that recruit and then point. Oh, okay. He's not going to fall for that. All right. This looks like some white metal control. Speaking of white metal, Nichols, I'm going to be playing that pretty soon on one of our regular feeds. Be pretty sweet. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to rush in here. Let me attack here. Well, should I? Yeah, let me attack in here. I'm going to blow it up anyway. The clue puts him over the top with the metal craft there. Good times, good times. All right. We will write this. I think we're going to just... We'll shoot him. Don't have to worry about Metalcraft too much. Oh, Golon Delasiano. Yo, glad to catch you back on the live stream. And hopefully we'll be able to be here all 3 days. Awesome. This is what I was hoping for. Some new faces and stuff. We've got such a cool loyal core on... I'm going to Soul Reap that, which will get him down to 12. Which is awesome. Consistency in all Saturdays and doing it all the time and stuff. But as Twitch let me know, it was kind of nefarious too. It doesn't tell you what day you have to stream. It's just like, you haven't done all 7. It's like, well, I know I've done a Tuesday. I know I've done a Saturday, Sunday, and a Friday. So I was like, well, I'm just going to go right down the middle. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I'm sure to hit whatever one it was. But all right, we've got a life gain and blocker. We've got something that can shoot. I'm just going to hold back here. Don't have to block yet. Opponent's Hellbent. Feeling all right. This is like the little engine that could deck. It tends to get there pretty often. We'll do this. We'll put out the anti, what would you call it? The anti-attacking card. Make this go through with 1. Now I'm going to block probably a recruit. Shoot him in the face. Draw us 2 cards, and then next turn do some more. Played Magic Into the River. All right. Yes. Yeah, we're doing a weird tonight, tomorrow, and the next night. Boy, you talk about Saturday. I won't be surprised if I'm completely burned out. But as Toothmaker showed up in the chat earlier, everybody knows I'm of the Nimbus loving persuasion, and we've got all kinds of good dark weather headed our way starting early in the morning. So pretty excited about that. 5 coming at us. That's all right. I'm going to, we'll shoot this, draw 2 cards. We're going to shoot him. Just trying to outrace him here. If you start picking off creatures early on, that's nice. This stage, I don't like it. We've got a 6-point life swing right here, which is going to eat that. So we're only going to take 4 technically next turn. And that's if we don't draw a swamp. That could change things. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Ooh, the vial's showing up. Interesting. Ooh, Twitchy Mars. All right, man. This is, like I said, I expected like a 0-sum game today. But so this could get him to 5. This could get him to 3. But we're going to be taking quite a bit here. Now, does this say it can't attack or block? Yeah, he could trip that. So I think we just go for the 6 plan here and try to stay alive. We'll play 6. And that, go to 13, and we'll just be cannon fodder. If he wants to use a mana on that, that's fine. The cool thing about playing Blackburn is Prismatic Strands is no good against us the majority of the time. Meaning, if you read closely on Prismatic Strands, if you have the Hasted Persuasion like I am, you're going to notice that it says damage, not loss of life. And the majority of the cards in this list are loss of life. So take that, you white mages. As a white mage myself. I think it was correct to aim all of those Perilous Myrs at his head, but we will be taking a whole lot of damage here. It looks like 10. Thankfully, they're not on can attack or block as we fall to 3. But we've got a verdict. We've got a Tyrant's Choice. We've got all kinds of good news, and I'm not going to be a jerk about it. I'm going to call this and say torture as we move on. Log this up here. I'll say white middle. And they got any tricks? They're tapped out. 1 card in hand. No damage being dealt. All right. So we start off with a W. That's pretty cool. Let's see what our sideboard brings. Now you notice there's quite a few 2s. Some 3/3s. Yes, this is my new Blackburn list. But I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for Chid 3. So there's that. Okay. They've got quite a few options. Geth's Verdict I don't really like in this matchup because there's just so much cannon fodder. So I'm going to actually lose all of them. 1 Brute. And I think I'm going to bring in 2 Sweepers. 2 Snuff Outs. Maybe a 3rd. Let's make it 3. Now you argue early on you're going to take 4 damage. But you're also preventing 3 maybe twice. So think of it as plus 2 if you're killing one of the 3/3s that are numerous in that list there. So our little Scorpions didn't show up. Not quite sure Fruit's very interesting in the tempo of this deck when it comes to Soul Reap. This is number one card you want to take out if you're facing green, but everything else, it's like I said, it's like a Searing Blaze in black. So it's pretty cool. Not my gumdrop button. Actually, Toothmaker in the chat, one of his buddies designed this card when he worked at Wizards. So we're in the Gingerbrute family. All right. I don't think Sandstorm's worth it. Yeah, I like how we've boarded here. Geth's Verdict's a really nice catch-all, especially of it being instant, but yeah, there's too many little easy things to pick off, and I don't want to be spending 2 mana and that sort of thing. So here we go. Up a game. Nickels with the life gain. It hardly hurts. Okay, we got a bit of a slow roll here, but I'm going to keep it. Fortunately, sometimes Bog is a necessity with Tron being such a scourge of the format. I actually think I'll keep this, and depending, I mean, we're on the draw, so if we get a swamp, it's very obvious what our first turn's going to be. It's going to be the Scorpion. This is just, the only way this card could get better for the value here is if it said target opponent loses 2 life. It's one of the only cards that actually does damage when it dies. I mean, Perilous Myr does, but good luck preventing that. All right, we got Papa Smurf across from us. That's one of the ugliest cards in Magic. I don't understand how something that looks like that can hit for 2 when like some very hardcore looking Mr. T artwork soldiers and such hit for like 1 or 0. It's pretty pathetic. All right, well, we've got an insurance policy. I'm going to get out a blocker here. If we're up against control, I might lead with the Bog and then slow roll this a little bit, but I want to take as little damage as possible. It should have been in the flavor text somewhere. It says Nocturnal 32. Indeed. All right. Yeah, you got it. At that betrayed, you said it all right there. Just, a squirrel fights a human. It's like, well, it better be awfully rabid for it to take us down, and then it should have delay counters to kill the creature. So 8 Central for the next couple of days. Got it. I guess if that's what it works out to. Guys, Shiraz, it's 2 a.m. I don't know what the deal is there, my friend, but thank you. I think we just take this. Well, that's an artifact. This could be interesting. I'm just going to kill it. Well, I'm going to save that for something else. We'll let it through. Art isn't to scale. Maybe the homunculus is 12 feet tall. That would be pretty terrifying. But now, I always assumed that little wafy thing was its arm, but if you look behind, it's like a mirror, and it looks like the back of its head. I don't know what's going on with that thing. It's pretty creepy. Squirrel beat Thanos. Never underestimate them. Very true. All right, we're going to bump in the night. Wish we drew a basic here. We didn't. We'll go like this. We're all about the damage. Come Come on over here. We'll take 2 more from that. So there's the logic, right? If I would have snuffed that out, we would still be at 16, and he'd be out a creature and an artifact, which might be important early on here. But knowing the deck's chock full of 3/3s, and especially the Auriok Sunchaser, I want to really save that for a rainy day. 1, 2, 3. Metalcraft is here. That Perilous Myr is going to hopefully put a stop to a lot of things. But the cooler thing too is that Evincar's Justice effects, when you have a Myr out, usually pick up the pieces of anything 3 toughness or stronger that ends up sticking around after the fact. So there's a nice little side benefit to that. So you can see here, we can double block anything and then just shoot whatever to kind of do our own little board wipe, or we could just get them to 12 and double block. Very cool. I wish there was a Pauper Squirrel deck. Yeah, you know, for a while, green one, we had... I don't know if it was... Yeah, Chatter of the Squirrel was used for a little bit. I know Methodical went that route for a few of them. Pretty sweet. So this is a really tough decision tree here for your, for an opponent. Maybe they had Peak, they would get it. Who knows? What I'm going to do here is just double block. We're going to do 2 no matter what. We're going to gain 2 no matter what. Well, I guess Prismatic would work in this scenario. But we could always react with a Snuff Out. Might be a little reckless, but now we know they don't have Prismatic. Otherwise, they wouldn't have chose to block like that. Props why I'm still awake. Oh, and no gardening on the weekends. I see. Prevent all damage a source of your choice would deal this turn. Well, what is he talking about here? Let's see. Pay no heed. What's he targeting? Does it say? It says cast Pay No Heed. Okay. I wonder what source he's using. Probably the Perilous Myr. All right. I don't know. Should we do it? I'm going to do it. Point, get out of here. Keep our dude alive. Make sure our guys get a 2-for-1 when I need them. Got +2 life there. Are you playing different decks every day? I sure am. And that's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. A 3 toughness, something that I care about. Skyfisher shows up, and a little worrisome. But again, if we drop a swamp here, we can always... So if I had dropped a swamp there, I could have wiped the board, right? And then this will die and ping the Skyfisher for the rest. But we're going to wait on this next turn. If I don't draw a swamp here, we've got a 1-2 punch in the Skyfisher. It's going to be a little bit close. We're feeling all right, though. Come on over with this. Do I want to do that? He might not choose to attack. I'm going to attack. Okay, take 2. I'll let that Zealot die. I don't know where our Village Rites are. There's no rights for the villagers, I tell you. Whoo! Yeah, I got a midday nap, so I'm all refreshed. I didn't want to, I was kind of perplexed. I'm like, I don't want to be chugging coffee like I usually do on Saturday mornings to try to stay with you guys. So actually, I'm having a bit of a brew here, one of my favorites. Trying to keep it to 1 while I'm streaming. I don't want to think I have 9 attack phases, if you know what I mean. No rights is so wrong. Yeah, 2-card Black Searing Pain for 6. That's what I think. I always think of cards as in other cards. I don't really know cards. I just have them mostly memorized. I noticed that when I play with my youngest son, Sapphire. Yikes. This deck does not like Journey to Nowhere. That's a strong choice. Oh, I just took away my own tech. What was I thinking? I just said I shouldn't bump of the night, and I sat there and did it anyway. Well, we're in a little bit of a tight spot here. At 8, I need to... if I play this and get a swamp, I'm going to feel like a genius. Let me do it. Come on, swamp. All right. We'll sit back and take our licks. Pay our dues. Maybe next turn we'll get it. We're feigning that we have rights. Uh-oh. This is getting ugly quick. We're getting to that point of no return where that Justice might not be castable because we're going to end up hurting ourselves too much. Maybe we're going to a game 3. We shall see. So we're going to trip the vial on the Myr. We're going to be forced to lose our little vampire soldier man. Ooh. Man, this would be terrifying to see on a battlefield. Just some unthinking robot ticking with all kinds of arsenals on its back. To Marodin, an explosive. To Phyrexia, a missionary. Very cool. Oh, that's random. Okay, we're going to be at 5. Oh, man, come on. You know, I added 1 mana just for these kind of scenarios. Get him a 7. Someone gets 2. That doesn't do anything. Got to get rid of one of these Skyfishers. I don't think we're going to be able to do much else, though, here. We really needed that second swamp, and now it's going to be too late. We're going to be at 2 low of a life total. It looks like we're going to game 3 here, guys. It's a very good deck. Not quite sure what the Vault of Whispers is for, other than just Metalcraft or the occasional Vault Scourge without the screw-ups. What's that? 2, 4, 6, 7. He's got us. We shall go to game. Let's see where our swamp was. Our deck kind of hurt us a little bit there. I don't think it was so much. We could have been, it could have been at 8, which would have been 4 if I would have done that bump in the night at a different point. But yeah, a little beside the point. For the longest time, I had 18 lands in this, and I moved it up to 19 for scenarios such as that. I think we're boarded right. I'm going to keep it just as is. Here we go into game 3. I better keep track of my games here. So yeah, tonight, a little bit of a hodgepodge of stuff. We got a Wheel of Fortune spoof skit for one of our commercial breaks. We got a scary one for the second break, Twisted Abomination. We don't ever play that one very much, but I figure it's late at night here, and if you got kids, you might they might be a little bit scared, but it's good for them. Yeah, I want to play first. Okay, there's our lands. God, what a clunky hand this is. No creatures, bunch of death, and a bunch of lands we don't want. Mulligan. Okay, well, at least it gave us an okay hand. We're going to keep this. I'm actually going to get rid of the bog here. Is it done? Then we'll go from here. So many times I'm sure you've done that too, where you have a deck where, you know, it gives you like a 6 land hand and you're like, good God. And then you put it back and you get no lands or 1. And then you put that back and it's just, that's when you know the mana gods are like, you shouldn't be playing today. You don't have the auto setting? Did you change your stream settings? I can only watch. Oh, sorry about that, Shiraz. Yeah, that's Little Fight brought up that it was 720 a couple weeks back, and so I switched it to the high quality. Hopefully, no one else is having that issue. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm trying to give it guys the best show out there, and anybody else have experience with that, or I mean, it being an issue, let me know. I'll see what I can do for tomorrow's stream, or if there's a hybrid. I just want the best visuals being uploaded, because technology only keeps going up. So hopefully it's on the user side and not the source side. I'd imagine that's how it would work, but what do I know? All right, we're going to have a really fun turn here. We're going to be able to Soul Reap and get rid of the big chicken in the sky here. Not quite sure which is more valuable at this stage. We'll bump here. Whoop. And I think we're going to take out the Sun Chaser. Maybe, maybe not. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this dude. Boop. Kill the life gaining ability. And it's an artifact. That's what put that decision over the top. He's going to need to drop 2 artifacts here for that to be a regretful decision. And we can reset it with Sovereign's Bite. And we don't have to worry about all of our 3 damage stuff turning into 2 damage stuff. I can choose 1080 or auto. I'll assume it'll keep me at 1080. All right. Well, for now, I'm going to assume it's not an issue. But please at Pauperganda me in the chat so I don't miss it if it is an issue. So I want to remedy that as soon as possible. All right, our opponent's going to be at about 6 if he blocks 4. If we drop Tyrant's Choice here, that's going to be an epic turn. Then he can't block. It's not like he knows what we're going to have. But Tyrant's Choice. All right. So why the Rakdos Carnarium? Because we have Bump in the Nights, and they flash back for 6, and we're almost there. That's another reason why I don't run Syphon Life anymore. Let's do this. I'll attack. Okay, he called our bluff. He gets it, but we don't really lose out here. We go back up in life. Go like this. I'm gonna, let's see, 2, 4, 5. We can't flash these back either way. And just in case I draw another Soul Reap, I'm gonna hold on to Sovereign's Bite for next turn, because our whole deck costs 2. So I'll definitely play Sovereign's Bite next turn no matter what. But for right now, we're in a pretty good spot unless he just goes, you know what, ape doo-doo. Try to keep it PG. Holy cow, we got a lot of viewers. I did not expect this kind of an audience on a crazy Tuesday night surprise show sort of thing. I mean, not much of a surprise. I let everybody know, but I didn't expect that many to show up. So thank you for joining me on Pauperganda. If you're new to the show, first time catching it, don't go anywhere when I go somewhere, because we have a lot of custom MTG spoofs and things that we really pride ourselves on. Man, do I know this deck or what? I said this is the reason we do this. So we want to play a black spell first. We do this, boop, and then we do this, and we do 3 more damage. Pow! And next 2, 4, 5. Now whatever we draw here is going to be good. If we draw a land, unless it's a Bojuka Bog, that would suck. We can bump in the night for the win. If it's any spell, we win. And if it's a creature, that can only attack for, what does it look like, 2? This is kind of a brute squad minus the card draw. Because we love you, man, says Nocturnal 32. Yes, Nocturnal 32 and I go way back. Only people that I've known longer are my mom and brothers. Of the tooth. Yes, of course you do, Toothmaker. All right, man, we take 8? Damn. Oof. That's some serious carnage there. Anything? Oh, be nice if it wasn't that. The one thing we draw hurts us a little bit. We can at least block there, though. But okay, here we go. So they're going to be kind of stuck hitting us for 3 with the Glint Hawk next turn. Unless they've got Prismatic could help them out here, because the one scenario where it would work. Now, a Perilous Myr here, you can't call artifact damage with a Prismatic, so we're all set. Yeah. Yeah, Nocturnal and I had a pretty idyllic childhood in the woods up near the Lake Tahoe area. I'm sure you guys have all heard about it if you follow me on Saturdays, but our lives played out almost like the Goonies movie. It's pretty cool, which is one of our favorite movies. Nocturnal, how many times do you think we've seen that together? I think it's up there. Ooh, that one hurts. It's going to have to keep one guy back, and I can block the recruit, but this is getting closer than I thought it would be. Ouch. Oh, no. Does he have it? This has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got it. Look at this. This is gorgeous. What a cool way to lose. 2, 4, 6, and then 9. That was awesome. Hats off to you, Cookie. I thought I had this in the bag. Look at that. Alchemist Vial sends us packing. Let's see what our next card was. Literally anything wins here except for Bojuka Bog. Well, and another Dusk Legion Zealot. Let's see. It's not going to show us? Okay, bump in the night. We won the next turn. Darn it. Oh, well. Let's jump on to the next one. Boop. I'll go from here and hit that. Well played. At least 1 million times. Hey, I'm the exaggerator. Come on now. Can't be going that route. Ever jump on the Pauper events on Arena? I have. Yeah, I played a couple. Arena's just a little too, I don't know, cutesy. It's a little too loud and about the swirly. And I like to just chill out and concentrate on the cards and the lines of sight with the play and stuff. Just feels like a gateway Magic drug sort of thing. Like, you know, hey, kids, try this game Magic out. And then when you get real serious, play online. But I don't know. I'm just speaking like a guy with a bald head, right? So, yeah, that was, man, just about anything. I guess, Village Rites would have helped us there. Pretty much everything here except one Zealot or, anything other than a Carnarium or a Bog. But we already had a Carnarium down, so. All right, little fights in the house. Here we go. We've got a fruit. We've got some life-burning goodness here. A little stultified on the lands, but we'll keep this. We're on the draw. Arena looks like it's designed for 9-year-olds. Yeah, I've had some fun on it. I mean, I really liked the first season that they had it, the music, and my son really likes it so much. He plays it like when he's studying and stuff, but for the most part, it's, I don't know. I only have so many masters, and I choose the online master. Bump in the night. It's burn against burn, folks. One can gain life, one can't, but one's a lot better at burning. hey, whatever gets people into this great game, because then it gets kids into it, and kids read and do math better because of it, and all kinds of other awesome things. So, always been a big supporter of that. Raised both my kids on the math and the vocabulary of it, and never looked back. Well, if he wants to shoot this, he'll still take 2. Tick tock, tick tock. I do really like, I'll give Arena one big prop. I love playing, and this card I just played reminded me of it. What's it called? Something, it's not artificial munitions, not engineered explosives. It's a pauper card. It costs 1. It's something explosive. And it has the coolest sound effect when it comes into play. It was just like worth playing it just for that. All right. Well, I'm going to verdict here. It's a little bit of a desperation. I just don't want this amplifier here. We will drop our Carnarium. And next turn, we'll start doing some real magic. It was supposed to be keep you hooked. Yeah, that's very true. Makeshift says, no, it's, what was it? Engineered explosives is a rare. I'm thinking way too far back to extended and modern. Explosive apparatus, is that it? Costs 1. It has the coolest little time bomb sound effect. I was just very tickled by it. Very cool. But yeah, my son Sapphire kills it on Arena. He plays that pretty regularly on the weekends and got some like eternal status or one of the really hard to get like top 100 in the world sort of things, but pretty great. I'm probably butchering the logic behind that, but all right. We're going to show him where Burns at. We'll say Torture. Boom, he falls to 11. Explosive apparatus, that's the one. I even thought of using that in the Blue Robots build, but I didn't. I think I went with Lothwing Gargoyle, so it can block Delver all day. Torture. We're a Tyrant stack after all. Attack. Well, I think we win next turn, right? This will be 6. It'll be 7 if he kills it. 2, 4. But we might not be alive next turn, given what I know about Little Fight and his burn shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, it's one of the horses in our Pauper race. I'll let you guys in on it since you're joining me. We have our horses that made it are Bump in the Night, White Bordered Nightmare, Shenanigans, Momentary Blink, Weather the Storm, Gut Shot, Ona's Grace, Gleeful Sabotage, Skewer the Critics, Lightning Colt, and Dead Weight. Thanks to Cooper the Red for that. And he had such a cool suggestion that we actually mentioned him as a jockey on the horse because he definitely had the most slam dunk, made the whole chat laugh comment there. So, all right, let's do some goods here. We'll just do this right now. Called Torture. Do this. Bite some fruit. Chomp. Where have we seen this before? We start getting overconfident, right? We better pay attention and make sure I finish off this time. That last game was a nail biter. You know, when you're going to lose Magic, that last game was fine. I'm happy all day with that. So, all right. Off to the sideboard. Hey, Cooper the Red is in the house. Yes, so we mentioned you as a jockey. We called you the infamous jockey, Cooper the Red, riding horse number 11. What? Dead weight. So, yeah, it was pretty sweet. All right, so we're going to bring in the 2 Syphon Life, my favorite mechanic of all time. Quote me on that. Put it on my gravestone. I don't want to be buried, actually, but retrace. Discard a land when you don't need them anymore, and you start just chewing on people's lives. Well, that sounded a little dark, but hey, I'm a dark guy. What are you going to do? Well, tick-tock. We will brute his life. I'm going to get rid of 1 Myr. Probably a Soul Reap. There's not many critters in his issue there, and Verdict really shines here because Burn only usually has 1 critter out. If they have more than that, you've got about a turn left, in my experience. You could argue Snuff Out, but I'm going to want to hard cast that against Burn. I do not want to be giving them a free Fire Blast to my face, so we're going to go like this and hope for the best. Lurking while I get ready for work. That's awesome. That's all I can ask, man. Hey, everybody, just leave your computers on. No, it's not like I'm going to be at it that long. Toothmaker had a good option, too. He was just like, you can just kind of log on and go for a little bit, and it'll log it, and you're good to go. But I was like, you guys have come to expect a good show out of me. I'm not going to disappoint. All right, this is a keeper because of Village Rites and our little Scorpion friend. So we'll keep this. Going to open up the yards normally, and we're on the draw, so higher probability of getting a swamp there. So I was a little worried my caffeinated speech would be a little low this evening, but I don't think I'm suffering from that at all. I think I'm just tickled that so many people are joining me on a Tuesday evening, if I can get the day right. I want it to be raining so bad that I'm already fast forwarding, you see. All right. Yeah, the mana on this, and we've got 19 lands, and our curve stops at 2. How's that for? Nice call on the second land draw. Yeah, if there's anything I've ever been, it is lucky. Boop. I am going to keep these creatures at bay. Get out of there. I really respect that archer. I still don't. The purist in me is always kind of scratching my head when I see winning burn deck lists. And I get the alchemist. It's got a pretty tough backside. And I know the archer's a lot easier to kill, but man, having both of them in a deck just seems better to me than the Get To Lava Runner, the hasted guy. That's the one I'm really afraid of. This guy's a beast. I think I'm going to hold off on Gingerbrute just to gain life now that the alchemist is outside. And, I can't attack really here. I'm going to try. If he blocks, I don't really have any real estate lost, but we'll see where this goes. Hey, better lucky than good. Hiya! I feel bad for Little Fight. Poor guy. Just top decking like a machine over here. Booyah. Oh, I'm a dummy. Let's, I guess I'm not a dummy. I know what I was doing the whole time. I was going to Village Rites. Everybody knows that. Yeah. Yeah, boss. I tells you. That's what it's all about. So what I had to do, I sure hope you guys appreciate the horse race when it comes out. I might have it by Saturday's show. Doubtful. Actually, Nocturnal 32's brother, one of the only other people I've known that long, is doing the voiceover for it because I needed a good race voice. I was trying to get it by Saturday. I know Little Fight's a little busy, but so I took an actual existing HD race, and I had to go and research it and find out the order of what horse won when, then assign it to a magic card, and then come up with this whole cheat sheet of who's who, and then made sure. And so the horses, when they move, it's say Firebrand Archer's a horse. It's he's in first, and then, and a Little Fight passes him up, and they do this neat little animation thing, and I spent hours on that. All for one little giggle, but thousands of times over the more times it airs. So never look a gift cult in the mouth. And I was there were a lot of good horse suggestions, and but in the end, Lightning Colt and White Bordered Nightmare were about the only ones that made it in that are overtly. Underworld Charger came close. We had a lot of great ones. Knight's Whisper came in earlier today. I was real appreciative of that, but tried to get moving on this stuff as soon as I could. So Folk is king at voices. Yeah, we call our friend that does the voice. He did the voice for Selhana's Window Walkers. He did the voice for Rakdos Casino. He did the pig and the voice and narration for Brindleburgers. He's all over the place. Very good times. You know what? I think, should I just do damage or should I hit? I'm just going to attack with that dude. We're okay on the life total here. I want to trip that Perilous Myr and kill that thing straight away. That's how much I respect burn. I don't like to let it get ahead of me. I'm going to get it. We're at 16. As long as I'm in the teens, I'm okay. If I get in the 12, 11 mark, no. All right, we'll do this. Bring this back. Holding our own against burn, thusly named Blackburn. But make no mistake, all props to Chid3. If you want to check out his YouTube channel, Shiraz Little Fight's in the chat. Maybe if Toothmaker could find that. Chid3 is a great content producer on YouTube. Go check him out. He's got a lot of great ideas. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be playing this. I mean, it's crazy different since, but it does share kind of the rudimentary architecture of the first one. His went off of rogues, mine's off of creatures I don't care that die, and a few other things. So, I hope that's it. I think it's in my little Friends of Pauperganda or whatever on our YouTube page. We've got a bunch of other content people there, and if you want to be one, just send us an email, pauperganda@gmail.com. We are all about sharing. All right, let's eat some life. Chomp. Let's do it again. Bring this back up. Returning this. I want it. I'm going to save that brute. I'm going to save it to eat it. Gingerbrutes don't attack when I face burn. I only eat them. I bite them in half. Oh, thank you, Played Magic. No, I'll roll to that next. Let me make a note of that. But no, just our Buy Me a Coffee page. But we do have a link now on our YouTube page. But thank you for bringing that up. If Shiraz can or whatever, we've got a link to that too. You could probably click on it right through the chat. But other than that, no. And you know what? Once I get a Twitch affiliate status, this little border and all this junk, might be able to incorporate that into the show, and that would be pretty awesome. But we shall see. Make me a pizza. Old school. Loving it. Sly Park memories. All right. You want a pizza? Aaron is always cracking up too, because that scene in the Goonies when the Fratellis and he's all, yeah, let's kill each other. He just throws a pizza right at his face and just slaps him. That was the best scene ever. Loved it. Okay, so we've got Syphon Life in the yard, and we've got some fuel in the fire here. I'm going to do it straight away. Whoop, boom. Get out of the way a little bit here. I found it. Oh, thank you for that, Toothmaker. See, I made your mod for a reason. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm going to bring this out. And out of a crazy respect, 2 cards. Sorry for the sound effects. We've got bump in the next. I'm going to attack. I don't want to be so careless here. Boom, boom. Come on, let's kill each other with pepperoni pizza. Mama Fratelli. Wish she didn't go so quickly. Tempted. I'm so tempted to play that. Nah. I got too much respect for Burn. We'll chill out. Dusk Legion Zealot can just sit there in my hand. Woo! All right. So Nocturnal, what's the weather like up there? You guys got snow yet? I know it. If it's snowing there, it's got to be crazy up near the Tahoe area. I know Folk Hero's got like crazy amounts of snow. I think we already lost Bergerin. He usually chimes in for a couple minutes just to give his love and support, which I vastly appreciate. Do you imagine Nocturnal or Toothmaker or anybody else in the chat? I've got a few friends that just kind of hang out just to hang out. I think COVID has a lot to do with that. You know, we miss seeing each other and stuff, and they don't play Magic. So did you imagine just coming here and just hearing all these words and being like, what on earth? I hear English words, but nothing else is making any sense. Very strange. What am I doing? I should have done for 3. There's a little bit of a punt. I could have won just then, but instead, but no. Had to go and screw it up. Well, better not do that. That's attack for 2. I've seen Little Fight kill me from this position before, so. Yeah, Animaltronics is another one. He's the one that did the Pauperganda song. It doesn't know a lick about Magic, but he'll hang out here for an hour or so and just kind of putz around. And everybody kind of has the same message. They're like, you know, it's kind of neat. You are speaking my language, but I have no idea what's going on. So that's pretty cool. Chimp 576, hello back to you. Thank you for jamming in. I'm playing a lot of Commander, says Nocturnal 32, because that is all people want to play up here. Yeah, Nocturnal got COVID playing Magic. How's that for a trooper, huh? Woo! Oh, yep, see? We're a lot closer to dead than we thought. All right, guys, don't go anywhere, please. We've got some cool stuff to show you. But for right now, check out the trivia in the real world card. You know, Wheel of Fortune is an actual card. And so I took a little liberty with this next one. Hope you enjoy.
Every letter you called is... Boy, call the right letters, didn't he? It's a thing. You have 10 seconds. Can he do it? Good luck.
Magic hand, magic band, magic yan, sand, van, canned, jan, panned, fan, band, wand, wand, oh!
Pick him up.
Leather mullet.
Brooke?
Leather wallet.
There you go. Lolita.
Oh, self-potato? Sorry.
No. Michael?
Self-portrait.
Yeah, that's it. All right. The category is thing. Yes, Robert.
Cake baker?
No, everybody else. Kate.
Care package.
Yeah, that's have a letter.
J.
There is a J. If you could solve the puzzle right now, there is a jackpot of nearly $10,000 in addition to the money you have. If not, you have to either buy a vowel or spin the wheel.
I'll solve the puzzle.
Go ahead.
I have The Wine by Johnny Cash.
That is not correct. I'm sorry.
Okay. The Pointed Desert.
No, still time.
The Printed Desert.
James, it's your turn.
The Pointed Desert.
No, you still have time.
I still have time. I like to solve.
Say it.
The Pointed
It's
Desert.
not the pointed desert. No matter how many times you say it.
The Painted Desert.
There you go.
Pointed.
Yes, there are two F's. If you could solve the puzzle right now, there's a jackpot of $7,650 in addition to everything you have. Can you? If not, buy a vowel or spin the wheel.
Go to the front of the cave.
Well, you don't want to be in the back.
To the back of the cave. Oh man, good stuff. Alrighty, before I get back into the games and such, I wanted to show you guys, usually on Tuesday nights I do this thing called Pauper Classic Tuesday. Actually, I'll show you what this is real quick right here. And so, because of that, there's a very cool event going on every Tuesday. If you don't have any money, it's fine. It's free to enter. Bit of a grind sometimes, but what you can't really argue with free prizes. You can get gift certificates and stuff to paupermtg.com. It's hosted by Arctic Ghost, and I wanted to show you guys. It's going on right now. I'm usually playing in it. If you type in like PCT, these are all the matches that are happening right now. So let me check this out. We're going to just eavesdrop on some of these things. I can't chime in on any of that, any of these games. I guess I could, but I can't quite remember what the. These are two regulars here. Let's check this game out. We'll eavesdrop. A Pauperganda first. We're spying on people now. So check this out. We've got hexproof against some sort of a fog control list. I am folks, says Played Magic. I highly doubt that. You've been here too long. Thank you for the game, Little Fight. I was drawing like a little demigod there. I apologize. I was giving you a lot of respect too, because I've seen you torch me for 14 plus before. So we've got some cool little fog variant here with Bonner's Ornament and Jace's Erasure. As we've learned, don't really like the Jace's Erasure angle because 90% of the metagame can deal with it. Games 2 and 3 and Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast and such. But they might have this guy's number in that they're probably not going to lean too heavily on enchantment removal. And fog really spells the end of the day for Boggles. However, they've got Soul's Fire, and there's quite a few, like Ram Through is another good one that they can just kind of punch through damage, or if it has Trample, the excess damage still goes through. So I'd have to give the edge here to Terso W on this matchup. We're not quite sure what's going on. But while we're waiting for another game to show up, I'm going to create a game, and we'll jump over to that when it's ready. But in the meantime, we will eavesdrop and spy on the other metagame. Dun, doo, doo, doo. This is some pretty cool artwork. Reign of Revelation. The sky opened up and we ran for shelter. Halfway there, I came to the sudden realization that, already soaked, there might be more to gain from experiencing the rain than running from it. Hey, that sounds like something I would say. What I'm really looking forward to is when Pauperganda gets an affiliate status, is supporting the channel with my monthly Twitch. Oh, thank you for that. What a sweetheart. That will be pretty interesting. If anything happens, I fully expect them, like I said at the top of the show, to be like, now that you've done that. But my son just did it the other day. He was like, there's no YouTube's that way. Don't get me started. Where it's every which way they can kind of get you to not make out like they made it sound as easy as it was going to be. It's always like, okay, now we're changing the rules to this. Once everybody's got their, little camp set up and everything, it gets a wee bit crazy. So I figured it's better to stare at a ongoing game and promote Pauper Classic Tuesdays than it is to stare at a white screen and watch an old bald guy ramble. I'm surprised. Cloud cover does one good thing. It's not as cold as it was last night. Man, it was cold. I want to try magic, but it seems very complicated, says Jimp 56 or 76. Yeah, no, it's not. You just take if you have somebody in your life that knows how to play it well or knows how to design a deck well. I like to make beginner decks for people a lot of times, and it's no slight on intelligence. It's just there's a lot to take in, and you get the concept of tapping, and pretty much this is currency. This makes this blue symbol, and see how this has like a blue symbol up here. Oops, up here in the top right. That's how you pay for it, and once you've paid for it, you're done, and it's just invested in, and you get to keep reusing your resources each turn, and you attack. So like this guy right here hits for 13. He's got 6. He'll die if this hits, but he has spells like this that say prevent all damage. So it's all kinds of cool little things. Dun, dun, dun. I want to try this next week. I haven't played in a long time though. It That Betrayed. Interesting name. I don't know what's taking our opponent so long on my end here. I've got watchers, one-on-one tournament. That's strange. Oh, I think I've still got it set to just see that. Let's try this. Am I still in this? Yeah, here I am. Should be all right. Actually, maybe we should just kill this. And then I'll just join this. Oh, nope, never mind. Can't join that. All right. I guess we'll create again. Here we go. As we jump on over and see what's going on here. Okay. It That Betrayed. I think you're of the Northern California persuasion, if I'm not mistaken. Ice BR and I have had a lot of battles. A lot of people at the BR have a Brazilian background. Not all of them, but I find most of them do. Not quite sure what's going on with the regular challenge room here. Oh, here we go. All right. We'll roll on over to this one. Keep that one in the background. As we look at what we've got, a perfect hand. We've got lots of 1s and 2 drops, which should be expected in a deck of only 1s and 2 drops. We'll keep it. Lead off with a bump in the night here. Alrighty. Here we go. Probably play one more after this and then call it a show a little sooner than usual to see. Who knows? Maybe we'll get all 5 in. All right. Boy, this is some good TV, huh? Dead air, dead air. I think I've played a few online games with It That Betrays players' names. Gosh, this guy here? I was just finishing up that show, what is it? Halt and Catch Fire. Yep. And making me think that this guy's on a dial-up modem, the way that beginning was. It's like a minute to choose your cards. Here we go. Yeah, things are still pretty grim here in California, so any Twitch affiliate stuff or anything like that that goes down, I'm going to be very grateful for, because it's a strange climate out here. I don't want to get too political, but... All right, uh-oh. We might be up against some sort of a black land destruction. MBCLD. Let's see if they're going to scoop all together or if we're going to go to a sideboard. Maybe they were really looking for that swamp dark ritual into it and didn't get it. I've been there before. I believe We're not going to get there with Sandstorm because if this is what I'm putting this guy on is what do you call Black Land Destruction, and we've got pretty much every tool for it. I'm just going to go in with this. There's nothing I can really bring in that's going to help all that much. Got enough removal to deal with a Gurmag Angler, and you can't get a better curve than this. I mean, you could play all 1-drops, I guess. I always get stoked when I can get it without having to put in a ton of numbers after. Not quite sure. Alrighty, we're liking this hand. We're going to keep this. This is right up there with Brute Squad, which we'll probably play tomorrow night in decks that if you ever feel like in a lull, you're playing too much Magic, but you still feel like playing, this is one of those decks that you can just spend hours just tinkering with it and having so much fun with it. At least I can. I really enjoy it. Mortuary. This guy's really got me confused. He kind of showcased that it was more of a land destruction build with that ritual first turn play. Now we're seeing a Mortuary Myr, which suggests more of a classic build. But I'm going to lead off with a Scorpion outside of the Brute because black is very good at killing things. And so I like to kind of stick it to the man sort of thing. I love Scorpion and the Perilous Myr and such, where it's like, you're going to use a spell to kill that thing? I want it to die. I like that name. My player name, Nocturnal, says Nocturnal32. I thought it was James Bond X. It that betrayed you. Be Delver still okay? Is it what I was playing last? Oh yeah, I see it all the time. Enchanted Land is a swamp. Okay. It's a swamp. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Let's go. What kind of invest in the board here? I'll take 3 to do 3. Sure. Or 2. I thought it did 3. Never mind. Don't play that all that much. Bump in the night. Whoop. And we'll swing on over for 2. There was a goblin list that made the top 8 of the challenge last week. That was pretty sweet. I might play that on the last night since we'll need something kind of fast. Actually, I take that back. Burns fast. Goblins isn't. You can get into some grinds with goblins. Traditional goblins. RDW is fast. Goblins can get really time consuming. Sacking things to Mog to prevent cannonades or electricity effects or crypt rats and such. It can get pretty interesting pretty quick. Okay, we'll lose the thing that gets us something. Oop, oh. Yep. Take 2. So they took 2 mana to take 2 life and give us 2 back. That's why I love this list. Stop me if you heard this one before. Okay, I'll take 2. I'm not going to be held back. Coming at you with full rage, baby. Woo! What's that? That's that guy. I can't believe Ric Flair. God, I can't believe I forgot his name. You know, I never really saw Ric Flair live. I was more of a Hulk Hogan generation with Andre the Giant. I was into wrestling for like 2 seasons, but they were the seasons. I think like 85, 86 or something. And then I got out of it. And then in my later years, I saw some of the Ric Flair stuff, and it just cracked me up. That documentary on ESPN is not to be missed. They did one of Andre the Giant called The Giant, which is awesome. And then they did one called The Nature Boy, which is awesome. I recommend them both, and y'all know I stand by my recommendations. Arctic Ghost is actually streaming right now, too. Awesome. Hey, put up his handle, would you, Little Fight? Let's give him I know it'll pull away from some of our audience, but I don't care. He's a really good guy and amazing for the community. Arctic Ghost is one of those guys. He put up his own money to put up a no-holds-barred Pauper tournament about a year back, which I got second in. I was so crestfallen because I forgot my favorite card of all time, almost, Faithless Looting, and would have really put that deck over the top, but that's a story for another day. He's a sweetheart, and I even asked him in that Pauper Classic Tuesday ad that I put up, because it's, I wanted his picture, and he goes, I don't want it to be about me, just make it the event, blah, 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 which I respected. So, yeah, very cool guy. All right, we're just mowing down fools here. No offense to our opponent. We'll go like this and this, and we'll say take 3. So we come over for this many more. And if he kills anything or does an edict effect, he's just dead here. Oh, wow. Like I said, I expected about 3 or 4 people tonight just because this isn't our usual thing, and I didn't really advertise it too much. So, and I'm curious. My wife was like, of course, upload it. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm of that old school mindset where I don't want to oversaturate the market, or here's another video, here's another video, here's another video. But it seems like a lot of the more successful streamers out there do that. So I don't know. Should I upload all of these? Shouldn't I? Who knows? We'll see. If I do, it'll probably be sometime tomorrow. But let's see if that game's still in progress. Holy cow. Oh, okay. Ice BR1. Very nice. Look at that. He ended up milling them out. 0 cards left. Oh, whoever was asking how to play Magic or it looked confusing, that's another way you can win. This goes to 0 or this goes to 0, which is the amount of cards you have left in your deck. This strategy is very rarely used, though, on Pauper. So that's pretty sweet there. Alrighty, guys. Let's kill this off here as we create. I'll wait a beat so we don't have to face Melvinetics again if he jumps in here. We'll jump on in here and see what we can see. I think you should upload them. Okay. Anybody of the nay persuasion? That's always valid too. Yeah, I think I might be overdoing it on Blackburn. I know there's some people they'll stream the same deck like for a month straight, like every week. So I think I just got to get over my old school mindset. So Pauper players love swamps. Yes, Cooper the Red will forever be riding off into the sunset on Deadweight, the horse that came in dead last. That was so awesome. I can't wait to hear the VO. I think my buddy, what's cool is Folk Hero, my buddy that does the voiceover for that one, it's snowing up where he's at, so the audio is going to be really good because snow is a very good insulator. Not that he always gives me good audio anyway, but it's going to be just that little bit more, like if you've got Spock ears. All right, we'll keep this. Drawing pretty good tonight. This is the binge generation Friends of Meat with the Truth. Nice name. Upload it all. Alrighty. That I shall. Okay. The eyes have it, unless somebody seems like it's all yes. My Pauper is getting so flexible. The purist in me does not like it. I miss monocolor decks. I want more cards like Underworld Dreams that cost 3 black or 3 red, like no, that was Erosion that cost 3 blue. What's the 3 red one? Seismic Assault. And was there a 3 green one? I'm sure there's many. I don't know what they are. What do you come here for? Advice? I don't know nothing. Here we go. Hi. You could always post cat videos. Yeah. I've got a few cat videos. They're Pauper themed. This is when I don't like Village Rites, right? I want another 1-drop. I'm going to just play this and forget it. We'll do it next turn. This is better for sure. All right. Oh, and I have coming up at the next break, which will be next. We have I found our old Pauper awards, and I did this back when Cloud of Fairies got banned, and I played it, and I was like, man, if I've been at it that long, like doing Pauperganda, because it seems dated, and I was kind of proud of that. It was like, did that a long time ago. I was like, that's kind of irrelevant now, but I want to air it anyway. Put a lot of work into it. I'll do a second annual Pauper Awards show, but for right now, this is the one we're stuck with. Let's attack. Not sure what we're up against. It's probably a long slog deck like Tortured Existence with the mana that we're seeing so far here. So we'll go from there. Again, we don't really want to do too much here. Let's play a Zealot. Fruit. Go from there. Which one? Little Fight? The one I'm playing or the one he's playing? Probably the one. Never mind. Just answered that. You've only seen 2 lands. You won't want to build that. Yeah, I've gotten about 3 emails in the last month talking about this deck. Just like, it was pretty much people admitting, like, I didn't think that it had those kind of guts, but it sure does. It was, they were, I'll get rid of 2 verdicts. They had to kind of admit they were burn players, and they were like, man, they go, that thing sometimes beats burn, and then it gains life on top of that. And nobody can really counter black. There's no Pyroblast or, Dark Blast or anything. I mean, there is, but that's in Modern. And it doesn't do what I'm talking about. All right, we got these things for days. Let's kill this dude. I've seen better. Play this. Boop, boop. I'll do this. Whoop. Get rid of that Tyrant's Choice pretty quick. That's our best card, and so I should have probably played it there, but who knows? Who knows? You know, I went looking for more Wheel of Fortune clips because that card's so perfect for that show, and there's so many things that have to do with magic over, like, what, 25 years of them doing that show. It's going to be relevant. It's very hard to find. I'm glad I pulled that one when I did. I'll have to re-edit it one of these days so we start with the end and end with the first. If you understood that, you speak Edinese. Here we go. All right. Now we're dead in the water, Captain. 2, 4, 5. We're 1 away, folks. So let's just start eating life. Torture. We'll attack because we want him to think we got a trick, which we do, but it's not going to hurt his creature. Yep. So now it turns into free damage. I might as well wait. Just in case. Okay. Can't quite tell. I got my stops. I was like, do I have that set up or not? All right. We're going to gain 2 more life here. See if that wasn't a green creature. Could get him down to 1 here. But we've got Bump in the Night next. And then Fruit of Tizerus in the sideboard. I mean, in the graveyard too. So, yeah, Kaltheim, I don't know for a pauper. I'm not sure if you saw the very top of the show, if it came through. Sometimes when we stream, the very top of the show doesn't actually get through. So, I'm going to say green. I'll just call it big green. I've been seeing a lot of these decks lately. Knight's Whisper, going to get him down 2. That's going to kill him. I mean, next turn. We're weak against green decks sometimes because of the Soul Reap card. If they're a pure green deck, yes, but otherwise. So we didn't see a reason to keep Soul Reap in. I didn't see any creatures. We saw a lot of lands that did other colors, so I think I'll lose. You know, I'm going to lose all of them just because I'm going to be bringing in Snuff Out for their big fatties. And if they're running that red pirate too, Snuff Out's going to be able to grab all of the problem cards have to do with that anyway. So it's Jund. 3, 4. Soul Reap. Get out of there. What is the deal? I got a ghost card here. You guys looking at that? Let me see this. Display list. 3 cards, huh? Pile view. Alrighty. Where's my stuff? God, look at this. What is going on here? Card view? I have three cards. Well, that's interesting. Pile view. My deck list is drunk. What is going on? I've never seen this happen before. You guys know I have 75 cards in this list. 19 plus 15 does not equal 75. Weird. I guess we'll just submit and hope we have 60 cards. It won't let me submit. This is really strange. Explain quality? Well, I'm not going to argue with that. We got to snuff out a verdict and a nice setup there. We'll keep this. Alrighty. Off we go. Having some good times. Yeah. Alright. Scorpion coming down. Down to Stinging Town. I always put Soul Reap in the sideboard of my burn deck. Never felt I needed it in the main. Yeah. I really like those 2-for-1s where it feels like you're just going all in. We got no critters. And we've seen some blightning, so I'm going to get rid of our quality first. Torture. I'll lean on the Village Rites Zap play next turn. But again, thank you for joining me, everybody, on this weird Tuesday night outing. We'll be here same time tomorrow night, and then the night after that. And then, yeah, and then the night after that. Tonight, tomorrow, and the next night. Then we take a Friday break, and then we're back for our usual show on Saturday, and then we're back to the grind. And hopefully the rainy weather fills me up. I think it will. I'm feeling pretty good. We'll go like this here. Sneak on over with a little bump in the night action. Boop, boop, boop. We've got a nice sneaky play and Snuff Out. Pauper Tim, I already read that. Oh, thank you for that, Cooper the Red. Makes my night. This would be kind of nice. So I'll upload and set it to private so that it renders all perfectly and stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna make this a slog. And then when I get up in the morning, it'll be all nice and rendered. And sometimes I hit upload a little too soon on YouTube. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you export this huge many gig file and it goes through the ether and it's like, it's ready. And it's like, but it's not processed yet. And so a lot of times everybody jumps and sees the new video and it's low quality. And it's like, damn it. So I spend so much time trying to get everything just right. So a couple minutes later, I mean, if you wait like a half hour later, then it's fine. But the other day, I think it was Spell Slam's list that we were playing, the fog list. And I uploaded a little too quick. I was like, just shouldn't have done that. All right, let's get some critters out. Let's draw some cards. Let's do some bumping. And here comes some jumping. Yep. All right. 12 should be 6. Should be almost there already. I believe it's the 7th, Shiraz. You might be right, though. I really did expect... I love the art of Kaldheim. I like the flavor text a lot, but I really expected a little bit more Pauper toys. The stuff they gave us is, like, interesting. All right. Let's Village Rites here. We can at least keep one of our cards. And we do 2 damage instead. All righty. This is interesting. 2, 4, 5. At this stage, I'm going to keep Snuff Out. I'll get rid of these. Pauper Tim, I'm curious because I know they have snow duels and stuff. I just don't think having access to snow is going to be more important than access to... having access to just 1 life. I think that's more important. That's just me, though. Bumping the Knights offline until we get our Rakdos Carnarium going. I swore that must have been last game. I thought I had the Fruit of Tizerus, but that must have been last game. I almost like it that they're not concerned. Yeah, just have them fix Tron first, and then ignore Pauper. I'd be fine with that. So this is kind of the scenario I was hoping for. Hopefully, okay, they take some damage here. We don't take 6, and we're able to pay for Snuff Out. Snuff Out's one of the better removal cards if your person obviously isn't playing Swamps. Don't have to tell anybody else that, but we're just going to cast this honestly. Boop. Taking down the 6/3. That first loss was pretty sweet. We beat Burn and some mono black creation in between there, but that was like I said, if you're going to lose, that's a good way to lose. You got to just hand it to our opponent. That was pretty awesome. All right, I'm going to want some options here. Yeah, Raven Form's going to have some options. Again, they give blue like the toy and something it can't normally couldn't deal with Stormbound Geist. Oh, now it can. Oh man, what a weird order. I've already seen discard, and I can sacrifice this for life, so I'd rather go Hellbent, even though this is a second main phase Gingerbrute, so it's a little clunky, but you can't blame me. I drew it after the first attack phase, so unless it has a post-haste, that'd be pretty fun, right? New ability. Maybe I'll have to write that one down for the next cheat session. Hey, we can still get in here. Fruit of Tizerus is online. We can make this unblockable. I think if you guys had to vote on a creature that I played the most in 2020, it was probably this little dude. I kept finding ways to put it into a list. It's pretty hard not to. Oh, no. That is a well-timed bog. He's getting a Fruit of Tizerus and multiple Bumping the Knights. Ouch. Vortel's the one that lets you break up the mana cost over turns. All right. We'll play this. Good luck attacking us. Fool. Only haste can mess with us. Yeah, MTG layaway. Good. Well said, Played Magic. That's awesome. That was the one thing when I was writing that horse racing script. What I did is I took the transcript from the actual race, and then I reinserted all the stuff, and then added a few things. And I kept thinking I was going to use all kinds of. If you follow us on social for the YouTube community tab on our Pauperganda page, there, so I'll share a little behind the scenes photos and stuff that I'm working on and things like that. And I put together a group of cards I was going to try to work into the script. Things like, what was it? Something, a moment of triumph. And then, we got in Lead the Stampede and a few other terms. But the jargon and just the verbiage that horse racers use normally is just so out there. It was like, it was crazy anyway. So, all right, we'll shoot this. So I kind of had to keep it a little bit more simple than I thought, because they already have their own little language going on, and I want it to be as legit as possible in case any of you horse racer fans, I don't know. Don't be, if this is, oh no. I was like, we got this in the bag, and now Weather the Storm, just, hello life. That card is so unfair. All that hard work thrown up in the air. Weather the Storm's one of our horses. If I'm not mistaken, they start off pretty strong. I think they're like in third place for a lot of the race, and then I won't tell you what happens. One thing I would change, I think I had too many red cards. I'm going to take 6 to do 1. We don't have access to anything else. All right. I think we're losing this one. We had it. We needed one more turn, but Weather the Storm showed up and sent us packing on that one. 18 gain this game. Yeah, you're right. We got a Pulsa Marasa and Weather the Storm. I think you're right. I would... Laluni MTG, good to hear from you. I think that's the first time you've chimed in. Thanks for joining us, my friend. I don't think... I know a lot of people are going to think I'm overdoing it, but I don't think... I think Weather the Storm should be on a watch list. When you really gear your deck around it and stuff, that thing gets absurd. As we saw when we were playing Spell Slam's Fog list. It's like, you think Fog's the problem. It isn't. It's Weather the Storm keeps them in it. And then that's why I think it was the very next week, I played my White Infect to the 4-1. That was so hilarious when Tron played Weather the Storm, and we're doing infect damage with protection from like everything. It was like, have fun storming the castle. Name the movie. Shouldn't be too hard, especially for all right, we lose. We're getting flooded now. 1 loss. What is this? Game 3 coming up? Princess Bride, Nocturnal 32. I knew it. I was scrolling up looking for your name, and yeah, I hadn't seen you chat in a while, so I thought you went to bed. All right, Snuff Out's good. You know, normally Sandstorm's kind of a wait around card, and we've already seen that this guy's got kind of a blightning fetish, so we're not going to hold off on that. I'm just going to keep with what we've got. Boop. They had just the right life card when they needed it. Which, hey, credit to their design. That's why you design stuff. We got that Disney Plus app. We were watching The Princess Bride the other day. But whatever you do, do yourself a favor. If you watch Princess Bride, don't watch it on cable. They really butcher that when they edit it. Oh, boy. On the play, I've got 1, 2, 3 1-drops. I'm going to keep it. I wish I was on the draw, actually, but... I can do stuff for 3 turns and do quite a bit of damage. Probably get him to about 14 before I get in real trouble if we don't draw a land for like 3 turns. And being that I'm playing about 1 more land than I technically should, some would argue 2. My son's got a few modern decks that are using those lands that can flip around and turn into something else. I was like, that's a cool take on almost Retrace, where your land's like still usable, right? Always lead off with the Scorpions. If they want to kill it, that's cool. There's a board game, Pauper Tim? I did not know that. And this is a house of board games, if any of you have been here. I know Toothmaker and Nocturnal have, but I'm not quite sure everyone hiding behind these mysterious monikers. Who's who? Especially on a strange Tuesday evening. The longer this game goes, the more I favor my opponent. We have kind of a cutthroat mentality in this household with our board games. They don't last long if they're not awesome. We've got some very good ones that we just give away because if we don't play them all the time, it's even called Storming the Castle. Nice. Wow, Target has it? Wow, I thought I'd seen pretty much all. I'm going to lean on drawn cards here. Not too worried about Electrickery. This deck loves the 3s, meaning that, the 1-drop with the 2-drop behind it, both for tempo and for the Searing Blaze aspect of whatever that card is. I need it in front of me to see it. Nothing will beat MTG Pictionary as a home game. Yeah, that's some good times. I've got, I think, 9 of those locked and loaded, but Sapphire's a little slow to make new ones. Okay, what can come back? Bump in the Night can. But I like it for tempo more than anything else. I'm going to lose a Brute and 1 bump. Well, it's awesome if it's well playable. I mean, it's one thing when it's like kind of a nostalgic game and you want to just look at it, but it sucks to play. But it's nice to hear that sounds like it's a pretty good game. All right, we'll play Tyrant's Choice here. Say Torture, try to do as much damage as we can. We'll drop the Bog. Hopefully there's not another Blightning here. And we can get another Carnarium online. Next turn we can just kind of go Hellbent. Please post this list. I'm interested in the subtle changes. Oh yeah, we always do. If you go back even 2, 3, 4 years, I think in the show more info, you'll see a text file and you just copy it to your desktop and then you can import those into MTGO. Ponder's Ornament. Are we going to be in time? I don't know. We've lost a bump in the night. They should be at 7. Could have really gone crazy. Lightning always gets bad-mouthed, and I understand the argument against it, but when you're on this end of it, it feels like a pretty good card. All right. At least we'll feign that Lightning won't do too much to us here. Attack. And there's no creatures. If he wants to return a Gingerbrute to our hand with Pulse of Marasa, I could see that being an out. Too bad Snuff Out couldn't kill creatures in the graveyard. That'd be pretty sweet. That would be a cool card. Black already has so much removal, and it likes to kill graveyards, so you can kill a creature in play or in the graveyard. You exile it either way. I think that would be pretty sweet. I think we got this one, guys. I guess you got to aim at the Zealot with the life total where it's at. Isn't this funny? This is why I love this deck. This really showcases it. If you kill this, you lose 2, I gain 2. Same here, or you lose 2. So he has to pick on the worst card I have with one of the best removal cards. I love it. And now do you even want to attack? Here he comes. All right. I mean, we could just attack, right? If it blocks anything, he loses. I don't even want to do this because I want to show you how this works. Most of you probably already see it, but I mean, we could just kill this now, or we could just attack. If he blocks with anything, he can't do nothing. And here, the right play is not to even kill his guys, to kill our own guy. We'll just kill our Myr and shoot him in the face. Boop! Booyah! Woo! Give me a Ric Flair. Good times. All right. Well, we only lost the first one. But that being said, watch out, kiddies. Let me double check. We've got a Twisted Abomination skit. This is an old, 1990s cartoon. That was a spoof on, I don't know what it was, but it starts off as this funny kids commercial, and it turns really gruesome. And so I put it in the MTG card frame Twisted Abomination for obvious reasons. So I'm going to go use the facilities, grab another refreshment, and we'll be back in just a few, guys.
Guys, Cody and the gang are at the park playing football with Down Darius Jackson.
Let's go!
You're not going anywhere without your big game liquid slam.
Excellent!
Go long. This one's going downtown. Whoa!
Whoa! Check that out! Now I got a full team. Yeah! Yeah!
Liquid slam!
Liquid slam!
Oh! Jesus Christ!
Look, we gotta go! Out back! Out back!
Come on! Die!
Oh. Tough day, kids? Well, I've got just the thing. How about some big game pizza pig skins?
Awesome!
Yeah!
Hungry got me in a grapple. Big game pizza pigskin is my hunger that you tackle. All day, every day, big
Touchdown,
game.
Mrs. D.
Big game pizza pigskins for your taste, but the touchdown.
From the softest lotus petal extract, we bring you Giga Drowse. Replicate perfect sleep over and over again. Giga Drowse, for when you're tapped out.
Available at all fine Singer superstores.
Attention Pauperganda Knights! Show your love of all things Pauper with our Ultra Deluxe Playmats. And true to our Pauper roots, the glorious artwork is 100% free.
The accoutrement that you will need. Accoutrement? What is that?
Just send an email to pauperganda@gmail.com with the subject 1, 2, or 3, and we'll send you the playmat file for free. All you need to do is visit our friends at inkgaming.com. Order yours today.
And we're back. Thank you for hanging out with me as we try one more time here. We'll leave this be, and if it takes forever, we'll go peruse another game. But hopefully that didn't scare any of you out there. I don't know what time of the world it is where you are. There might be some kids watching, but I think unless you're like 6 or under, it's just good fun. There's some of those we try. My meter's a little off with that kind of stuff, so I tend to partake in the macabre a little too much compared to the normal person, but hey, whatever. It's Smoke'em's in the house for our last round here as we finish it up, and we'll maybe peruse one more set of games and see how we can go. So that was so weird. Well, you were the reader. Toothmaker was the reader for the Giga Drowse commercial. Did a great job on that one. I heard his voice right when I thought of it. All right, let's we'll keep this a little creature light, given that we got double Village Rites, but we'll see what we go. Night Cooper. Thank you. Yeah, we've only got this one, and then we'll go over some stuff and call it a night tier 2. So I read that one in my sleep. Worked out great. We'll have you on a few others, my friend, if you're game. Like I said, when I first started this, it was like me and Little Fight. And then after a while, it was like, we kind of need some more voices here. Everybody's got about 2 or 3 or 4, in Little Fight's case, 7 or 8 voices in them, but after a while, it's good to get a little different tonality, and then you can pitch shift stuff and mess with the speed and things like that, but yeah. All right. Sometimes, if this is mono black, this is when I love this one. It's like they've got so many dead cards, because if they want to kill our stuff, we want them to kill it, and if we have a creature like draw, then it's almost like they do too, because they have a creature kill heavy draw. I'm assuming that they're on that at least, but and for all our coffee supporters, thank you so much. I will actually be needing a lot of you coffee supporters to help pay for a new webcam, because out of the blue, my some little plastic piece in this webcam, it looks fine now, but every once in a while it'll just fall down and get a little muddy, and there's this tiny, and of course it's behind the scenes and there's no screws. I can just go in there and, sometimes you just have to like jiggle it and it'll wake back up, but it's a bit frustrating. All right, we'll do this. Should I have him just... I'd rather just draw the cards here. And since we've missed a land drop, I'm just going to do it right now. I'm not too worried about the 2 damage here. We'll play this just to keep our tempo on point and pass the turn. I'm over the moon that so many of you joined us. I can't believe we're still in the 20s here. Like I said, I would have been happy with 5 or 6. So I don't think webcams are still expensive due to COVID. One time, Toothmaker and I took a road trip out to Phoenix, and on the way back, we designed an expansion that's on some legal pad in my closet somewhere. I don't know if you kept it, Paul, but that was pretty cool. I remember there was a cool crocodile mechanic we had. It wasn't a crocodile mechanic, but it was a crocodile card type that we had going on there. So my wife got real cheesy with one and it was still $50. Okay. Hopefully they just got a handful of edicts. Gary is always a threat, though. If they get a heavy double mana draw, it can get into trouble quick, yeah? Well, let's gain some life back here. We'll put something out that we don't care if they want to kill it, unless they've got Obulete. That would kind of suck. We'll play the Carnarium. Now everything's online. Yeah, my webcam on my actual PC is what I used for like the last 2 or 3 years. And then, oh man, that's what I was afraid of because Gary's next and then he's back in it. But anyway, yeah, my webcam on my PC just started just kind of randomly freezing up. And just going to an external one solved that problem. But it was happening enough where it was just like, come on, man, I'm doing a show every week. I can't have this happening for a couple of minutes here and there. And too much of a purist. I should learn to relax and chill and let go and not worry about those earthly tethers. 2, 4, 5. We're a bit away from that, but we're not away from this. Huzzah! I think I did. Getting a little chilly in here, so I'm going to pull the hood look here. And I can bring this back both ways. We've got 3 mana and nothing to do with it. Let me double check. Okay. Gary keeps a minute, but other than that, looks like we've got it. Bunny power! I just told the whole world what it was. I apologize. Yeah, in first grade, we had this, it was flea powder for my buddy's dog. And it was just a can of flea powder. And we swore that when we put these, like, pretty much dirt and wood chips and stuff, this mixture that we had in the playground, and if we put it in our shoes, my friend Randy and I could run faster. And we swore by this stuff. And then that slowly evolved into something called bunny power. It's a long story. 44 years in the making? No, wait, no, we're not that old. 39 years in the making? Something like that. Good grief. No, Gary. No, Gary. It's like the big whammies. Nee, don't tap the next one. Don't. All right, good. Okay. I'm still okay with that. Mine is a Logitech Pro. I right now have a Logi 1080p HD. I think I asked Klug Alters, the artist that does all the cool alterations, what he used, and it's this one. But I let the kids use it one day, and it came back messed up. And I'm like, did you do that? And they're like, of course not. And I'm like, okay, well, 2, 4, 6. It wasn't that way before, but just in case it got some life gain, we'll go like this and see if we can pull this one off against Mono Black. I said a little tongue-in-cheek a few weeks back. I was like, this is the real Mono Black control deck, but just because it has some Carnarians in it, I think it's got the better staying power. Snuff Out's no good. Evincar's Justice is pretty good against Mono Black sometimes, but just one. I like to top deck it, and just if they've got, kind of pulls you out from behind. Everything's online. Let me think what we lose here. You know what? I'm just going to keep it the same. Boop. Let's see what we can do. Bunny Power Magic deck. Yeah, Nocturnal 32, I should just say Randy. I tried to play the deck that you when we went to Pro Tour LA with Toothmaker, and I played it like the next week on the Pauperganda stream. It was so pathetic. I think I went like 2 and 3 at best. It might have been 1 and 4. It was pretty bad. Randy's quite the mixologist during COVID, especially. He has this cool nightly thing called Pub Time with Randy on Facebook. That was always a good time, showing off his bartending skills. He's got a full bar in his house, so it's pretty cool. It was so funny because I over-prepared and showed up, and all my lands were gone. Paul showed up, not knowing the metagame much, and prepared a bunch, and then Randy shows up and just kind of like the morning of, we're about to get in the car, and he's just still going, I think I'll go with 3 of these and 2 of that, and it was just driving me crazy, and he ends up doing the best out of all 3 of us. For the record, I did go undefeated after I took that first round loss because I didn't have any lands in my deck. What could have been? That would have been something. Toothmaker's going to giggle. Me and my second places. Notorious for those. I did it at Mock's Boarding House. I did it at PTLA. I did it at the Pro Tour New Orleans when Paul and I first got together with Invasion Block Constructed. I have a lot of second place high profile finishes. Few firsts, but a lot more seconds. And talk about seconds. We want seconds on this hand because this sucks. Mulligan. We're on the draw. I'm going to mulligan this. I'm going to draw a land. All we can do is bump. All right, we'll keep this. These are actually pretty good. I'd rather draw a card, though. Gonna get rid of this in the bump. Done. Want a blocker and some food if I draw rights. This is our most powerful card, and this is a good removal card. Oh, Galerium, what about Unearth? I'm usually a big fanboy of Unearth, but I'm right now it's kind of an argument of like, well, what would you lose? It's screaming the way it's at right now, and believe me, if tomorrow they said you have to play 64 or 63 cards, I would be like, okay, I know just what I'm going to do, and that would probably be the first thing in. It has just enough graveyard interaction that it kind of makes people just hesitate on the whole, like, should I do this against this, or should I bring this in? So but no, make no mistake, 1-drops are very important as long as you've got Soul Reap in the hand. It's a lot of times, sometimes when I will play Fruit of Tizerus 2 instead of the extra land, instead of the extra Bojuka Bog. Depends on the metagame, but... Alright, put this back. We'll Verdict here. And swing for 2, technically. Oh, it happens. Just like it would happen if you draw Unearth and there's nothing in your yard. It goes both ways. Drawing 2 compared to just getting one dude back, even if it's a Zealot, which will draw another card, is pretty intoxicating power for black to have access to with no life loss. The original list ran Sign in Blood and kind of a rogue engine with Prowl. When it worked great, but there's quite a few black creatures out there. And, all right, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of keep clearing the way here. I want those rats to go away, just mostly for the devotion cost. Hey, Shiraz, I'm right behind you, buddy. This will be the last game here, too, so thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart for staying up, and I don't even know what time it is there. God, it's got to be like 4 a.m. almost. You rule, my friend. Thank you so much. All right. You know what? I'm just going to kill that. Get double value out of it if I had... But we're kind of skimping on lands here, and I don't want Gary next turn to pay off. I want him to kind of have to keep trying to throw stuff down to invest, and the odds that he's got 2 more chitterings behind that, that's fine. That suggests that he's got Gary in hand and he's pissed that we killed the rat. All right, I hear ya. Well, just Tyrant's Choice for the rest of the game. Good lordy. Got 12 damage in our hand. Ugh. Take it. Eat it. Those are valid points, Tim. Yeah, the known block guy is cool. The fear guy, it seems like every time I play it, I go up against somebody that's either playing black. How cool is this? Artifact. Or they're playing artifacts. And then the 3/2 guy is like a win more card. I got rid of him right out of the gate, so. All right. Here we go. Let's do this again. Torture. We don't need creatures. Of course, Torture is going to get negated by 1 Gary. We really need to draw some lands here. I don't know where our lands are hiding, but they are. Yeah, if it wasn't for Chid 3, I don't think I would have ever even seen Soul Reap. Interesting. God, I know he has Gary. I'm just going to play this. Might have been incorrect now that we've seen a Wretch Mind. Might have been better to just drop the Tyrant's Choice and wait, but we don't have a 1-drop in black yet, and we're stuck at 2 mana, so that Soul Reap's going to probably, unfortunately, be a 1-for-1. This is going to be a lot tighter game than it looks like. Yeah, check out what the robot said there. Our YouTube channel's got some pretty cool stuff. If you want to enjoy a nice gin and tonic or Marit lager, wink wink, and enjoy about 40 custom MTG spoof commercials, each of which took me about 10 to 20 hours of production value and editing, go check that out. You can just hit the autoplay on our playlist or see a variety of other cool things. Well, what's he going to let me do here? I think I'm just going to attack. Does any damage swap Monarch, or does it have to be creature damage? I believe it's just creature damage, my friend. This is a nice little conundrum to be in, right? Oh, you're going to give us the Monarch, are you? I'll show you what for. Well, I'm going to play Tyrant's Choice. Maybe the Myr there, but we can at least negate a bit of Gary here. They'll still gain 2. My son's collecting the Monarch tokens with the typo. So this says at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. I believe the original says at the beginning your end step, draw a card. And he just is tickled to death that somebody missed that on the editing side and it went through the printers. So every time I play it, not that his dad notices, Mr. Dyslexia here, but uh-oh, this game's over. That's a brutal combo. Very nicely done. He's going to gain 2, and then he's going to gain a lot more. When he trips that, it's going to be in the teens. Actually, it might be kind of fun. I can probably pull off the Village Rites onto the Myr to target the rat. They're going to pull off here. Okay, that's interesting. Sure. Don't mess with the Myr, people. Where's our Gingerbrute? It should be called Monarch Thief. Monarch Thief. Off the top. Come on. Where you at? Yes. Does this deck like me or what? Huzzah! Whoa. Now, given that this deck has so much removal, it'd be nice to sit back in 2 for 1, but we already got Monarch, and we're missing our land drops like crazy. So to keep this competitive, I'm actually going to pitch this right now. Whoop. Let's get some lands. There we go. Now if he wants to kill that, that's fine. He'll take 2. Rigged. It's called playing to your outs. Poker and chess came together, had a baby. It's called Magic the Gathering. One of the reasons I'm so snake bit by all of these formats. Mostly Pauper, because it just sticks around and lets you keep improving and messing with stuff. All right. Looney MTG. I'm fading fast here. This will be it for me tonight. Please join us tomorrow night and the next night. Can't believe I'm saying that. Tomorrow night we'll be playing Brute Squad. I believe. Maybe we won't. Dun dun dun. You gotta be kidding me. They don't have removal here? I got a feeling this guy's stuck on lands and he's got like 3 Garys and he's like, son of a bitch, if I could just... I've been there, believe me. I like rare cards too much. Yeah. Nocturnal 32 has this really fun deck that's incredibly irritating to play against called No Attacky. And it's just a bunch of fogs. And damn it, it works. Our old buddies Trevor and Tom used to play Magic with us all the time. Randy, where'd they go? They lost the love. What's going on? All right, we'll play this. That's not really worth it. Do we have anything that we don't? I'll wait another turn. Soul Reap feels like a waste if I'm going to use it on a 1/3. They got lives. He must not have Gary. I mean, they would have played it here, unless they're just really going all in. This is when we do wish we had our... never mind, I was going to say Swirling Sandstorm as he drops a relic. It's like, oops. But I mean, look. It's really nothing. Sometimes there is, but it's just not quite worth bringing in much. That sounds like you, my friend. Randy and I grew up playing the original NES and Aquarius before that. Many a good times on the bunk beds. The bunk beds of fate. Well, what do you say we go in and attack? No matter what he does, we don't care because we've got options. It's going to let us through? Awesome. Well, we got a free draw off of that. That's cool. We'll do something like this. Shoot for this. I don't think we're going to win this one. I feel like Gary's just waiting around here. Boy, really kind of mana flooded here. Get him to 4, but I got no delusions. I don't... Oh, God. Thanks a lot, deck. Here's 3 lands. Here comes Gary. Just, I mean, it's like cue the music. He's halfway through his deck. He's got to have it by now. At least we got Monarch and drew that extra land. I would have been crestfallen to draw that next, but Little Fight, this is drawing like Burn does when you got him at 4 life, right? Sorry for the hooded visage on your screen. I just after losing all that weight, I get cold really quick, and man, the last few days have been super cold in LA. I know a lot of you are eye rolling, but I went on my walk this morning. I think it was 39 in LA. It's pretty chilly. Get up to speed real quick when it's that cold out. Welcome to my world, says Little Fight. I know. It's no joke, man. Yep. Alrighty. Looks like we're going to lose this one. Go to a game 3. It just keeps wanting to keep me up at night, I tell you. Hey, that one hits the hardest. I guess it makes the most sense to just smash it. Bonk. Get out of here. You. Yeah, still love the cold weather, but I definitely am of the wrapped up in the blanket all the time or wearing slippers, that sort of thing. Being bald's like a whole nother level. If I cut my hair even from like a fuzz to just down to the scalp, it's like, woo, it's a couple degrees. All right, we're not winning this one. Definitely going to a game 3 unless they have 7 lands, which is pretty hard to happen. I love when this happens. It's like, use your card to see how feeble my hand is. All right, time to quit. Boop. Hopefully we win the next one. Then we'll be a 4-1 again. If not, big deal. 3-2 ain't so bad. Let's see. I think we were right to just keep our curve this low. The creatures we have, we don't care if they die. We were just really mana screwed there and then flooded at the wrong time when it did show up. Sometimes tempted out. I've even been tempted to put this main deck over Gingerbrute sometimes, but I don't like the curve. But if Tron is really a problem in your area, I could see bringing 2 of these in, like main. Nice surprise value, and we are playing black after all. It's only a turn 3 Delver killer. Stepping away for a moment. Holy crap, it's so windy out. It blew my trash cans over. That's what it was like yesterday here. Yesterday, all day, it was super, I mean, like, crazy windy. And so, you know, no cloud cover either, so it got incredibly cold overnight. I slept with, like, a sweater on. All right, we're keeping this. No matter what, last game of the night. Hopefully catch you back here same time, same place. Well, not same time. It'll be tomorrow night, but you know what I mean. Here on Pauperganda. Going for the old affiliate push. If you haven't given your Twitch subscription to anybody or favoritism or whatnot, I would appreciate having it. If everybody's got a little bit of a free vote there, so if you feel so inclined when it becomes available. Not sure when that happens, but in the next week or so, hopefully. Boy, that's timely. Lead off with a bump in the night. The answer with a Bojuka Bog. Okay. And Randy, you'll notice if you watch one of our old horror promos for the Horror Gore Galore, it was like a horror festival that we did with like Faceless Butcher, and it was all these like B-movie horror movies made to sound like black magic cards. But I said by the legendary Bojuka Bros, and it's me and Donald, my brother. Based on the Bojuka Bog. I always respect the stress. I like the bald one better. A little bit better artwork. And quote. Especially against Affinity, Mono Black has problems because they just sit around and wait, cast a Tog, and then fling it. Distress is able to grab either fling or a Tog. Any problem cards for 1 more mana. Pretty good. I'm going to go a little discipline here and just drop another Zealot, hoping to draw another land. Give me a land. Give me a land. Hopefully it's a Carnarium. Okay, well, it's a land. I can't argue that my deck hasn't been listening to me. I asked for a Gingerbrute a little while ago. I got one. Asked for a land just now. I got one. And I think there's about 4 times earlier today that I've done that too. I will be right here the next 2 days. Sun's daycare closed because they had... Oh, man. Sorry to hear about that, my friend. How old's your boy, Pauper Tim? Such a strange time in the world. Thank goodness we have this, right? Everybody's able to kind of hang out and enjoy and be safe. 3 months. My goodness. Boy, I'm really broadcasting, I guess, that I have a lot of graveyard interaction. I've only got Bump in the Night and 1 fruit. But if they want to overboard, I'm happy with that. I know, perfectly timed, Randy. Does he play Magic yet? I know I had my sons chewing on Magic cards around 2 or 3 months. Good times. Oh no. Yikes. Well, the young ones can bounce back from just about anything. As we go in here, God, I really hope there's not any chittering in our future. I like to be hell-bent when I know the person's holding chittering. It's just like, yeah, stick it to the man. All right, I guess we just got a vampire soldier beats. I don't like our position here. Hand's getting eviscerated. Wretch Mind. I'm not going to get greedy. I'll get rid of Soul Reap. Boy, he's really all in on this discard package, isn't he? It's tempting to even just hard cast a Verdict here to just make him lose 1 life so that, okay, I guess I'll just lose this. If I get Wretch Mind again, I'm going to feel like a fool, but I guess I could always respond to a Verdict attempt that way too. All right, here we go. Whoop. Oh, you got to turn her on our show, man. We'll turn her around. I can't say enough about this game. I know I'm biased and I've got too many horses in the race and stuff, but even my wife would have to admit that, especially our youngest, Aaron, I mean, vocabulary just through the roof, math, reasoning, it's just, especially for males, it's so formative in all the best ways. And even there's some words that I'll hear and I can deduce what they are because I've seen them on a Magic card. And the person's like, wow, you got that exactly right. And I'm like, I don't know what that meant. But I was able to reverse engineer the board state in my head and understand that, oh, that must mean that you really killed something. Or yeah, I can't hear you there, Randy. Randy's got the most ridiculous. He's got like a card catalog library style. There's like a room of his house that has Magic cards. You go to his house and he rolls out like a restaurant crate of cards, and you're like, holy crap. And then he's like, oh, I got 2 more. Just insane. So crazy. Me, my Magic collection's behind me. It's in about a shoebox. It's 4 of just about every Pauper card there is. And that's it. I've always been a minimalist, though. Randy's a bit of a collector. She will hear you. She listens to me watch this. She doesn't even like listening to Pauperganda. Oh, no. What is she, a baldist? Tell her I'm offended. She doesn't want to watch a old bald guy talk about Magic. That'll bring her around, right? Start pointing the finger. We're trying to get through here. Like to see another chittering rat here. All right, what do we got here? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, you got to take the brute. You want to take my brute? Here's another one. You know what? For the new Pauperganda intro, I should probably animate the frosty guy's mouth to say Pauperganda. So we've got all the iconic dudes doing it. Another year or two, I think they might have to move in there. Tamir Battle Rage is in there now. I think that's maybe the one that, you know, when we first came up with Pauperganda, there was the Kiln Fiend and Nivix Cyclops decks were pretty everywhere, I should say, really. All right, we'll just do this, get him to 3. If he wants to activate, we just win. We go. Oh, this is fun times. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And we attack. Hiya! We played too many other games and she doesn't like collectible stuff in general. Well, Pauper Tim, if you're like me, 99% of your playing... If it wasn't for my youngest, I wouldn't even have an online collection other than maybe 4 or 5 kitchen table decks, but I keep ordering stuff from Card Kingdom, and I'm like, okay, I'd like to build Blackburn and that, and then $5 later compared to his like $40. And then I still win playing Pauper. Don't play an edict. Whatever shall I do? Actually, Gary 246. Yikes! Wish for the devil. There he go. There he goes. If he's got another Gary, this could be a game. Otherwise, we might be able to whittle him down. Do I just attack here? Yeah. I think I do. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I think we've lost Little Fight. Are you still around? Can't imagine. He's quite the vampire, though. Who's he attacking? Gingerbrute. All right, we'll say you. Hey! Oh my gosh. You are there. Get to bed, my friend. I know, Little Fight's got a bit of a COVID scare story. Hopefully it's nothing. All right, we'll do 2 in the hopes that we draw the Tyrant's Choice here. I think he understood that. That bodes well for us. A little free duress there. I know he's not holding another Grey Merchant, at least right now. He might top deck one. We'll play this, negating any sort of chittering rats or the numerous distresses or wretch minds that we've seen. Feels more like a flu. That's what they all say. Stay back. He's got the digital heebie-jeebies. I didn't know you had asthma, my friend. I think you mentioned that when you went on your run here this morning. You went on that run when you visited us out to the beach and back. Whatever could they be holding? I think it's a Chainer's Edict. They don't want to play it because it's a free 2. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, look at this. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And we're out of Tendrils of Corruption range. I think I'm just going to roll like this. Oh. Nocturna with the knowledge. I'm glad you got through, obviously, Randy, but I know you had a lot of pre-existing stuff going on. Not to get too personal, but dang. Scary stuff. And kaboom! Do we do it? All right. So that's 4-1. We lost that very first game against Metalcraft, but if you're going to lose, like I said, that's easily the way you want to lose because that was like epic, awesome. I think it was against Cookie 666. Very, very, very cool. We're going to go over the deck list here. Then I'm going to roll to a few more things. So hold on in there if you're new to the show and you're like, wow, what are all these weird little custom commercials and stuff like that? Otherwise, if you're a regular, get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow night. But man, thanks so much. Hey, FunX Ghoul, 5,600 comments, uncomments. Mad Pauper look really good. Nice. Good to hear from you, man. So Little Fight, Shiraz, everybody that joined me late in your time zone, thank you so much again. Only reason I picked this is everybody on our YouTube community page voted for 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I was very clear about that. This is my my kind of go-to deck when I just want to chill out and play and have a good time. A lot of swamps. We've got 3 Carnariums and 2 Bogs for a grand total of 19. 4 Bump in the Nights, 1 Fruit, 4 Scorpions, 4 Village Rites, 4 Gingerbrutes, Perilous Myr, 4 Guest Verdicts, 4 Tyrant's Choice, the Sovereign's Bite, the Soul Reap, and the Dusk Legion Zealot. For a grand total of 60. And then our sideboard, we've got the Tron Hate here, or Familiar's Hate. 2 Syphon Life for the burn matchups. 4 Snuff Outs for kind of a catch-all. Good against a variety of decks. Evincar's Justice, really good against Stompian Elves. RDW. And Swirling Sandstorm for kind of affinity. Sometimes Tron, and all the time Walls. So with that being said, everybody, please join me tomorrow. I usually say next week. I apologize. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we're going to go at it again with Brute Squad. Until then, we'll see you then. Thank you so much for joining me. You really made my night hanging out here. Hit that affiliate button or like, subscribe, and all that crap. Love you all. See you next time.
Take a look at this equation. It's known as O'Donnell's theorem. If we plot its graph, we arrive at this unusual shape. A uniformly curved line that somehow joins up with itself, that science has yet to find a name for. Can you think of a name for it? If you can, the Royal Mathematics Society would like to hear from you, because they hold a competition each year to find a name for this figure. The final takes place in Nottingham on April the 4th of September, and you could win your school this computerized toast system. So, good luck.